Hi, good morning, class. All right, today for first hour math, we're going to be talking about multiplying fractions. All right, the first page of your packet should look something like this, minus all the filled in blanks already. All right, and then your homework portion or the quiz part will be looking like this. All right, but we're first going to start with this and do this together. Now, before we begin, let's look at question number 1. All right, and I'll show you how to easily do this by multiplying fractions, especially if you don't have that function on your calculator. Let's look at multiplying fractions as two separate parts. Let's look at multiplying the numerators together, and then multiplying the denominators together. All right, so when we do this, we're doing 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is 1, all right, over 2 times 2, which is 4. So what this is saying is, if we have a half of something, and we're trying to figure out what a half of that half is, we know that a half split in half makes a quarter, or 1/4. So this right here would be your answer for number 1. So, unlike the last lesson that we went over yesterday, for this one, we are only going to do questions 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10 together on the front side. You'll have to do the rest of them on your own. I'm still looking to make sure that all the questions on all pages are done. But for teaching reference, I am only doing 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10 together. All right, so let's look at question number 4. We have 8/11 times 3/4. All right, let's multiply the numerators together. 8 times 3 is 24. Over 4 times 11, 44. Now, we can reduce this. Let's think here. What number can go into both 24 and 44? How about the number 4? Okay, so 24 divided by 4 gives us 6 over 44 divided by 4, 11. All right, so our answer would be 6/11. Now, moving on to number 6. We have 6 times 2/3. Now, we can do it this way, but there's one way that might make this easier for you. We change 6 to 6 over 1, which means the exact same things, but we're making it in like terms, making it a little bit easier to do this by hand versus calculator. Times 2/3 equals, and now we just do it like we have been doing it for the last couple of problems. 6 times 2, 12, over 1 times 3, 3, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. So our answer is 4. All right, let's look at number 7. 3 over 2 times 2/3. 3 times 2 gives us 6 over 2 times 3 gives us 6. We're not finished yet. 6 divided by 6 gives us 1. That is our final answer. All right, let's move on to question number 8. We have 10 times 3/5. Now, it's nothing to worry about, all right? We had a very similar problem to this in question number 6. We just have a bigger number. So let's make this 10 over 1 times 3/5. 10 times 3 is 30, okay? Over 1 times 5 is 5. And we all know that 30 divided by 5 is 6. All right, so again, 6 is our answer for number 8. All right, moving on to the last one that we're going to do together on this front page, and that is number 10. So we have 1/2 times 34. Again, this is very similar to the one that we just did, except the whole number is after the multiplication sign. So what are we going to do? Just like last time, we're going to change it to a fraction. 34 over 1. So 1 times 34, 34. Over 2 times 1, 2. Now, 34 divided by 2 is, drum roll, 17. So our answer for number 10 is 17. All right, so the next page that still says multiplying fractions looks something like this. We're going to do all of these together, and we're going to rapidly do them up here on the board. So pay close attention to which one we're working on. We're going to start with number 11. So, number 11 says, Karen ran a 1/2 mile. So we're going to use K for Karen, and she ran a 1/2 mile. And then Serena ran half the distance that Karen ran. So we're going to do half K. How far did Serena run? So we know K is a 1/2 mile. So this means that we have S equals 1/2 times K, which is 1/2, which means Serena ran 1/4 mile. Okay? And again, this is for number 11. And now we are moving on to number 12 here. Just a second. Once this all gets erased here. All right. So we got number 12 here. Gary is making a cake recipe that requires 3/4 cup of flour. Okay, so a cake recipe requires 3/4 cups. All right, but Gary only wants to make the cake half the size the recipe calls for. Okay, so Gary only wants to make half. How much flour does he need to use? So we're going to take this 3/4 cups, multiply it by 1/2 to figure out how much a half of 3/4 is. Our 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 2 is 8. So the answer is Gary will need to use 3/8 cups for his cake recipe. Okay? So now, moving on to the next one here. All right, let's look at this next one. All right, number 13. On Saturday, Dante played baseball for 9 hours. So we'll use SA for Saturday, and he did 9 hours. On Sunday, we'll use S for Sunday. He was feeling a little tired, and then he only played 2/3 the time he played Saturday. So he only played for 2/3 he did on Saturday. So how long did he play on Sunday? So we take our 2/3 times 9/1, because we like to do fraction times fraction, equals 9 times 2, 18. 3 times 1 is 3. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So he played 6 hours on Sunday. Okay? Let's go on to the next one. Okay, here, just about ready. All right, let's look at the next one here. Number 14. Frank slept for 1/3 of the day on Thursday. So for Thursday, he slept 1/3 of the day. Okay. And then on Friday, he slept 7/8 of the time he slept on Thursday. So we're trying to figure out how long did Frank sleep on Friday. So we first have to figure out how many hours in a day. We know that's 24, right? So we multiply our 1/3 times 24 over 1, and we get 24 over 3, which equals out to 8. So we know on Thursday, he slept 8 hours. Okay, so now if we're trying to figure out 7/8 of that, we take 8 over 1 times 7/8, and that gives us 56 over 8, and we divide that out, and we get 7 hours is what he slept on Friday. So erase this, and we will get the last problem in here. All right, last problem. All right, here we go. Number 15, last one we're doing together. Kira is making a smoothie. To make the flavor come out right, for every cup of strawberries, she wants to use 1/3 a cup of blueberries. So for strawberries, she uses 1 cup. And that she uses blueberries 1/3 cup. So if she was to use 3 cups of strawberries, how many blueberries would she use? Simple. 3 over 1 for the strawberries multiplied by 1/3 a cup of blueberries, we get 3 over 3, which equals out to be 1 cup. So your answer for number 15, 1 cup. All right, so we just finished filling out most of the packet together. However, for your homework is the quiz portion, which looks like this. Multiplying fractions. This is what you will be graded on, plus the few questions that on the front that we did not do together. So make sure you get those done. And as always, if you have any questions, send me an email.